Joe.
Hey,
So you don't have an actual pen, do you?
Lou Masello was texting me over the weekend about whether he could give somebody a ticket.
Hello.
And I didn't know that he was like a parking enforcement guy.
Oh.
So I thought it was just like Lou saying, hey, can I give somebody a ticket? I don't want to be rude, you know, I was like, I'm trying to think of a way for an ordinary citizen to make a citizen's arrest on the parking.
Sure.
You know, didn't want to be a jerk. But
That's funny.
And finally this afternoon he said, oh, I should probably tell you.
Yeah.
I'm the parking enforcement guy.
I didn't realize you didn't know that he did that.
I didn't know.
Who's on the call?
John?
This is John with Underwood. How you doing?
Oh, hi, John, how are you?
Good, good.
Is John,
This is John with Lavella.
okay, I was just gonna say, is John from Labella on, okay.
It works when I'm not in my truck.
That's good.
Is there feedback with my speaker on, my microphone on?
Nope,
Loud and clear.
you're good.
Good.
Still have paper.
Brian?
Hi, Brian.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good, good.
7 All right, welcome to the May 6, 2024 Village Board meeting. If you could please join me with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, hopefully everybody had a chance to read the minutes. Does someone want to make a motion for the April 15th minutes?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, so we have a service agreement for servicing our generator for Baxter Green as a backup. So we have to get an annual service agreement, so that's what's in your packet here. Anybody have any questions regarding this?
Are there different levels, level service 1, 2, and 3, that we, or level of service 1 and 2?
Levels 1 and 2, but there is a, oh, and that's parts.
There's a parts.
For 250, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we got for all of the ones for the sewer.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, it seems to follow it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's basically the same,
Yeah.
same agreement, but this one's for water, so it's
Right, sure.
with us, but,
Well, it certainly needs to be done. So.
yeah. Yeah. So, can I get a motion to approve the proposal?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. The Esri renewal, Esri is what we have for our mapping for the MS4 catch basins. That's what we're in the process of doing right now, the catch basins and outfalls. But that's also what we are now upgrading our maps, our water lines and our sewer lines. So we're slowly getting all that information into a GIS format so that you can filter out the different aspects and update information as you go. So this is our annual renewal for Esri, which is the platform for the GIS mapping.
Okay.
Anybody have any questions?
No.
And you're pretty familiar with that program, right? I mean, you've.
I did it for years,
Yeah.
and I thought I was gonna be the one doing it for the village, but I've been told that since I retired 3 years ago, it's changed drastically. So, I'm not sure how familiar, I mean, I am familiar, but,
Right.
the nuances, I guess, have changed quite a bit,
Yeah.
so.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll make that motion to approve the renewal.
All right, I'll second. Any other discussion?
No.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, Peckham, Jerry, do you wanna talk about that?
Yeah, so last year, we're looking to pave Elm Street where it
Wow.
meets Broad Street, a portion of Elm Street, starting from Broad Street over to the intersection with Walnut and Union, and then take a right and come down Union. So it's really just that half a loop from the post office and come back out on Charles Coleman. We had gotten an estimate from Peckham the latter part of last season, and unfortunately, they couldn't get us scheduled in time, so they put us on for the schedule for this season. And lucky for us, I guess, the price actually had dropped down around $3,000 or $4,000 from what it was last year. So actually, the cost of material had come down a little bit. So they're going to be paving on 8th. They're gonna be milling and paving on 8th, 9th.
Wednesday.
Wednesday, yeah, 8th,
Yeah.
9th, and 10th of this week coming up. So we made notifications to the businesses, the post office, things like that. Did we post something on the website?
Yep.
Perfect. And Jim is gonna be putting up the no parking signs for the residents, so. The village is gonna be a little chaotic for a couple of days. The post office is gonna be using, most of their staff is gonna park, and their trucks are gonna be parking in the,
The merchant parking?
merchant parking.
On
Thank you.
Coleman?
On Coleman. So that's gonna force the merchants to park elsewhere, so, I spoke to Lou, the parking enforcement, he's gonna
Relax for a couple of
It's
days.
gonna relax for a couple of days on the merchant parking and things like that. So it really is a 2-day project, weather permitting. They scheduled it for 3 just in the event they have a weather event. So they're hoping to mill on Wednesday,
Which
pave
weather's not?
Thursday.
I think Wednesday's supposed to be pretty
Wednesday's
bad.
thunderstorms and.
Listen, you don't know until,
Mhm.
you don't know
It's
until the
just-
day comes, so.
We didn't have a lot of money, so we couldn't do a huge paved job, but that's a very well-traveled area, so Jerry and I decided it was a good spot to do, because when people, go to the post office, they circle around that way, and it just,
Yeah.
for the small amount of money we had available last year, which of course now carried to this year, but, we thought we could at least get that intersection area
Yeah.
done.
And the funds used for that is either the CHIPS funding
Pave
or
New
the Pave
York.
New York. We have a couple of different programs where the state gives us money for paving, so, which is nice.
I wish the state would pave their own roads though.
Yeah, wouldn't that be nice?
Like 22.
They're horrible.
They are, that is, I know we're going off topic a little bit, they are paving 22 from Pawling down to 684 this summer. They'll be done by August.
Are they gonna cover all of Pawling, or?
I don't know.
Or at our light out here?
No, that's good.
I don't know, the sign I actually had seen on 22 starts up by where Mizentop comes out.
Oh,
You know, they have a
okay.
sign lit up there,
No, that's good.
construction ahead, so it might be just from East Main Street south, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
But I know they've been doing a lot of work. I've gotten caught in traffic.
Mhm.
They're doing the drainage work and all that, but I did just read an article, they're gonna pave the whole thing.
Oh,
Oh, good.
good news.
Yeah.
Nice. There you go, John.
Just
See?
just gotta ask.
Just gotta ask if
There you go, get it done.
All right,
So
so,
I'd like to make the motion for Peckham for the $61,806.75.
And I'll second.
any discussion?
Who restripes it? Do we do that?
No, we have an outside vendor that
Oh,
we
it comes
use.
in?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think we have any striping.
Those roads probably are not gonna get striped.
No,
No, the parking?
there's no striping.
No.
Oh,
Oh,
parking,
yeah,
we
parking,
stripe.
sorry.
We do
We do
parking.
the
Yeah.
parking striping.
Okay, that's what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
Jim's
Okay.
gonna be doing that.
I thought you meant yellow or
No,
white.
I meant parking.
Okay.
I meant it all. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I figured we might.
So our crew will handle that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I
Just
think they do like mid-June they start.
Okay.
Beginning of June, hopefully.
I don't think there's any parking striping on
I
those
don't think
roads
so,
either.
yeah.
There's not.
No,
All right, never
I
mind.
don't think there was.
Yeah.
so, all right, so, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. John from Labella, you're up with the change order for Lower Baxter, change order 9 and change order 10. Let's do 9 first.
Okay, well, certainly. We'll try to explain 9. 9 is initially, the first part of 9, that first paragraph in the letter that goes with it, there's just some time and material tasks that we're just balancing that out for the time that it was actually spent. That's already been billed and paid. It's just kind of juggling the numbers around to fill it out. The second thing that happened is apparently on an earlier task, people kept billing it at Labella, not knowing it. We don't really know where the time should go. So we're basically, we overbilled the task. It's been paid by the village. So there's an $83,000, $83,832.69 credit that Labella technically owes the village, which change order 10 will kind of, that and Grandview will basically be working for the village for a little bit, just working off this money that was overbilled. It's just not worth our time, so we're giving you an $83,000 donation, I guess, towards Lower Baxter. Because the paperwork to chase this down is incredible. We flagged it. I flagged it early, trying to figure out what was going on, and we can't figure it out. So
Okay.
instead of doing that, we'll just take the loss on it and give you guys the credit. Change order 10 is for the additional time, because Lower Baxter was supposed to be finished in December,
Right.
but because of unforeseen delays, we've gone. It's almost 6 months more now that we've already gone. I mean, we're into May and we're still out there. So that's for the time that's been spent since December, and then that includes then the anticipated time that we'll need to finish this job out. So that's like it's an $80,000 change order for the time that we're spending for construction, administration, and inspection out of Lower Baxter to make sure things are up and running and to get the sign off on the engineering.
So that's
completion.
an $80,000 increase?
Increase. 10 is an increase.
So basically, you gave us 83,000 in 9, but you're taking 80,000 from us in 10.
Right, yeah, well, yes, basically,
Ah.
we've been working out there since December. That's for the increased time, and again, for the completion of the project. But, we're taking the $83,000 loss on the initial contract, if that makes sense.
Well, now we just say loss, because you haven't paid for it.
Exactly. I'm like, how are you taking a loss when we paid you for it?
And the work, and the work at Lower Baxter has been, almost non-existent. We've just been waiting for
Yeah, it
some
was
electrical
moth-
parts
as
and the pump.
Dan would say, mothballed.
Yeah.
Well, it's been, at this point, yes, we're down to waiting for and that's what the additional work that we anticipate is once the components come in for the electrical, we can actually get out there and do a commissioning. That's the additional money. But the first part is we were out there quite a bit in January, December, and into March, trying to get the main contract work done with TNA.
So it's not a bill, it's the
Right.
proposal to continue to finish it out, that they're gonna be charging against it.
Right, okay.
Now, is the additional Grandview work in this, or is that another proposal now too? That's the one we already approved that
You've
one.
already got Grandview. Yeah, this does not include Grandview.
Okay.
This Grandview is its own standalone. And that will eventually get incorporated into this Form E as we adjust that. It kind of just for EFCs. I mean, Form E tracks it for EFC. So we're trying to get everything in there. Grandview is moving along good. Just so you know, we were out there surveying. They're going to be out there tomorrow marking out where all the curb stops are. So if you get a call, that's what they're doing.
Okay.
So that we know where everybody on Grandview is going to get connected to the new 8-inch line.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so that's
All right,
change
so
order 9 and 10.
So does anybody have any
So-
questions regarding, yeah?
Change order 9 is just a credit. Change order 10 is an
Right.
$80,000 bill.
Well,
Well, we're applying the credit, I guess, to change order 10.
Yeah, essentially.
All right, and how are you billing us for these 6 months? You're billing us hourly, billing us monthly? What is the structure? of
Yes,
this?
we've been billing you hourly. That's a time and material task. We've been billing you hourly.
You got a log of that?
Well, technically, what's that?
Do you have a log?
Yeah, because you've been sending out bills. This just is,
This is the proposal that they're working
This-
under, or would be working under.
right. So this counts for the time we've spent, and then the anticipated hours that we'll need for commissioning once the electrical equipment shows up. And for SCADA.
Yeah, what's the latest on SCADA?
I'll have to get back to you on that. I don't think anything's, they were talking sometime in July, but I'll believe it when I see it.
Okay. All right, any other questions?
Nope.
No.
Okay, so I get a motion to approve change order 9.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And can I get a motion for change order 10?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, John.
Okay, so we go on to Anderson now?
Well, there's one in between that.
Water supply, yeah.
It's the,
Oh, there's another one?
yeah, Pawling Water Supply System withdrawal permit renewal with
yeah.
DEC.
Right,
So
that's
this
right, I
is-
forgot about that one.
Yeah, this is the work that Labella did, as you know, our Umshide wells. We only got a 3-year permit from DEC for water withdrawal. That is up in October, so they have put a packet together to submit into DEC to start the process of getting a renewal. We hope this time around, the max that DEC, it used to be kind of like an unlimited water withdrawal permit. They now have tightened it down to a 5-year. So we are hoping that this time around, we get a 5-year water withdrawal permit. We're also hoping to get out from under some of the overreach from DEC in making sure that we are not hurting the endangered species or its habitat. And we have 3.5 years of data showing that we have not, even when we had a severe drought 2 summers ago? 2 summers ago. Last summer was wet, so it's 2 summers ago. We had a pretty decent drought, and we still did not affect the habitat or the endangered species. So we've put the request in to get out from under those requirements, but
And in our favor, we're also drawing off Baxter now too.
right,
we
which
already
is
have.
what they wanted, and that's why we had to find that other water source, but we're not drawing off of it yet. But that's what we will be drawing off
Close.
of,
Yeah,
so that will
we're
help
close.
balance.
We're close.
We're close, yes.
Yeah.
So we will be
Yeah.
able to draw on Baxter and even reduce the amount that we've been drawing on Umshide,
Right.
so. So
Yeah,
this is.
but we don't wanna give up, Umshide.
No.
No, no,
No,
no.
no,
Definitely
no,
not.
definitely not. So anyway, so this was putting all the packet together for DEC.
For the
John?
upcoming meeting.
Yeah.
Which
Something else?
we have already done and sent in.
Right.
So that was the first 2 phases. We've already done this work and sent it in.
Right,
The second 2 tasks that we had on this are just time and material if DEC starts, annoying us some more, calling us with questions, or if they're having meetings. We should be, hopefully we'll be done, that they'll accept what we've submitted and this will be just over. But,
That would be
that's
nice.
me being very hopeful.
yeah.
Yeah, me being very, very hopeful.
So just to confirm, phase 1 and 2 is complete for the
Yeah,
water.
that's just done.
Yep, and 3 and 4, you're asking for funds in the event that there's gonna,
Yeah,
Look
this
at-
is the proposal to have in
Yeah.
place, should we have to pull the trigger.
Right, so it might not be that much, depending on the amount of
Right.
effort.
Right, yeah, I'm hoping that it doesn't go that way.
Okay.
Right.
But, you know, you never know with
Right.
DEC when it comes to bugs and bunnies and little turtles. So,
So we're definitely in for 20,
Yeah,
and phase 3 and 4 is another 15
Yeah,
potentially.
it's sitting there should we
Right.
need it.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
okay. Any other questions?
no,
All right, I'll make the motion for the approval of this.
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, John, Anderson Way.
okay, so the Anderson Way project, the initial proposal, way back when, was only for the design and submittal to the Department of Health to get the approvals. It didn't include construction. This proposal is to take it through completion, being constructed. The construction services, the construction inspections and admin on this particular project, as well as the bidding support. As well as out to bid, we'll be addressing things. But this takes us to completion.
This one does.
This one does. This change order takes it through complete construction.
Okay.
And this covers the oversight during the construction and,
Yes, well, us inspecting the pipe going in the ground, the connections and everything, and then dealing with the, all the pay-ups and things like that, and the meetings, and that's all covered.
okay. And we don't foresee any other expenses, from you guys related to this project?
We need to get,
The bid.
right now, no, we need to get this in the ground, which is my next request, is to get this authorized to go to bid.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're in a ticking time slot here.
Yeah,
with
we're,
the
the
funding that we have.
CBDG has a very limited time.
So,
We need to get under contract.
Yep. Any other questions regarding this proposal? So can I get a motion to approve the construction phase of Anderson Way?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, and then needs approval to go out for bid, which is also
Right,
in this
we'd like-
proposal? John?
So, oh, yeah, okay, so, well, there was a letter that I sent.
Yes.
Requesting
Yep.
approval to go out to bid. So
Yep.
right now, we're waiting on the final approval from the health department. We don't anticipate any more comments. But I'd like to, if the board is willing, to authorize us to put this contract out to bed, pending, you know, with the assumption that if there is a health department comment, that we'll deal with it as an addendum, or if it happens after we have awarded the contract as a change order. I don't anticipate anything, but I think that the clock is ticking. We need to get this on the street and getting bids, people looking at it. So I'm just trying to move it along.
Okay.
It also needs to go to county planning, but I don't anticipate that being a problem. We've already got their contracts documents together. We just need to clean up the bid sheets, and we'll get it over to them hopefully tomorrow if everything's ready. But I'd like to get it onto the street so the contractors can start looking at it and we can get interest.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions?
So we don't.
So you have in the proposal that we just approved, you have in here bidding support.
Right, that's one that, yes, that's the original contractors took us through contract documents. So once it's on the street, the bidding support is like if we get questions or, you know,
I see.
RFQs during that, change orders and all that are covered under that piece. It's not as big a piece as the actual inspection though, that's just,
Okay.
you know. And then the, you know, recommendation for award, checking all that all is covered in the bidding support.
Okay.
Okay.
Anybody like to make a motion to approve to go out to bid?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right,
Thank
and
you.
John, there's one more with your name on it, I think. pay request number 10, why am I not seeing it in here?
It was in the list.
Oh, I'm sorry, okay. So pay request number 10 for TNA construction. So I guess.
Right, we've vetted, that's for all the, I guess, the last, they still have paving to do. And my understanding is they're going to be taking a sample on the
Yes,
water lines.
that's
water
happening
sample
later
for the
this
DOH.
week. Later this
Later
week,
this
they're doing
week,
that,
and
yeah.
it's already, like, the sample already is showing that the chlorine is correct, so we're gonna take the sample and send it to the health department, and hopefully, it'll be free of bacteria and will be done, otherwise, TNA has to flush it again. But
Okay.
that's on them, not on you.
Is this the final payment for TNA, do you know?
Not quite, they're still paving, which we're waiting for Comcast to, get their cable in the ground, which we're close on that too.
Okay.
Hopefully we'll have that scheduled the next, or give us a schedule on that, so it should be in the next week or so that they'll be out there hopefully. Again, I'm a very hopeful person, I like to think the best of people, so.
Okay,
Okay.
But we're close on Comcast getting their line in the ground so we can have DNA pave, and that basically finishes out their contract.
okay. All right, I'll make the motion for pay request number 10 for TNA construction.
I'll second that.
Any discussion?
Nope.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, before we go to Metro North, there was a last minute item that has to be brought up. Our new treasurer's still learning, and she didn't realize that there was a time crunch here for getting our tax warrant done, which is basically, we passed this is the amount of money that we set in the budget that we just approved, what we're gonna be collecting for taxes, we have to give that to the county for them in order to, actually print out our tax bills to go out. So this really needs to get approved, so that she can get that submitted to the county and get the, bills printed so they can go out in a timely fashion, so we can collect taxes.
Okay.
Anybody have any questions regarding that?
Nope.
No.
All right, so I'm gonna make the motion to approve the, tax warrant.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, I need a motion to approve the Metro North Treasurer's Report as presented.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Well, we've heard from John from Labella, John from Cedarwood. Do you have anything as far as engineer's report?
I think everything is still moving along at this point. I know I got to talk to you this week. I apologize I missed earlier. Was on the field all day today, but lead service line inventory. I know that with Labella sent something over with the mapping. So, and I know he's tweaking the number of properties to match the service line list. So I'm going to go through that, and you'll have something this week as well for a draft of the public information items to go out with your billing as requested. And then it's just a continuation with the historical records research as we go. We worked with Justin. I got to give him a follow-up call with the operators there for the flushing protocols. I just had a couple minor comments as he goes through that this month. And then I know Brian, the same continuing updates with the reservoir roads, sewer repairs, and I&I items.
So to go back to the flushing, John, I'm gonna need something that Jennifer can put up on the website so we can let people know, the schedule and what.
Okay.
And I think it's already been outlined of what streets, you know, are gonna be the first week and what streets are the next. So I need to get that up pretty quickly here on the website so that people have time to know that it's coming.
Yep, I will. I'll work with Justin and get you something, and I will give you a follow-up call on that.
Okay, and then for the lead service lines, Jennifer had gone through in an Excel spreadsheet and spent a lot of time on it, putting dates of all the buildings, whether it's a house or business, the year built on there, and I believe she has sent it up to you and Seth for you to
Okay,
use.
I will take a look at that. I'll see if I'm copied. I remember the exchange with Seth with the map. I'll double check and see if I have the email from Jennifer there.
I saved it to the shared files.
Oh, I'm sorry, shared, not an
Oh,
email.
that's
It's in
why.
the shared
Okay,
file.
I'll pull it from the shared file.
Yep,
Okay,
Okay.
awesome. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you for the update.
thank you. And then,
Yep.
John from Labella, did you have anything else?
Yeah, I think we've covered everything. I do have saw Seth was corresponding with Cedarwood
Okay,
for the lead services. I think everything's covered. I explained it while I
Okay.
was going through the change orders.
okay, great, thank you. Joe, do you have anything?
I do not,
Okay.
unless there's any questions on.
Anybody have any questions for Joe?
No.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna make a motion to pay the April bills in the amount of $239,771.73. Do you have a second?
I'll make the motion.
Okay, any discussion?
Nope.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And can I get a motion for the Metro North bills in the amount of $11,229.42?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
No.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Anybody have anything else to bring up before we go to public comment?
No.
Okay. All right. Public comment. Do we have any public comment?
Not here.
Just observing?
Just observing, see
Okay.
what the other side looks like.
Getting to sit in the audience this
Yeah.
time. Okay. All right. Well, then, with no public comment, I get a motion to adjourn.
I'll make it.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great night.
No.
Have a nice night. Thank you. Take care.
Good night, all.
Good night.
Good night, Joe.
Thanks.